Imagine your child, a child in your family or in a neighbor's family, was born with developmental delays. Imagine getting that devastating news. The parents and caregivers of the individuals we serve at WAVES don't have to imagine. WAVES is a grassroots, not-for-profit organization that can provide a number of unique services to individuals with intellectual and developmental delays. These programs span from birth until, in many cases, the end of their life.
When Cole was born at 28 weeks, which was very early, we felt very scared, didn't know what to expect. We were told that he would have developmental delays. We were very worried about what delays he would have and what services would be available to us. We knew he would, as time progressed, we knew he was going to have issues with feeding and eating, but we weren't sure about all the other delays that he might experience. And we knew that through WAVES we would have all the services that we needed in order to help him to progress and to get through any of that, which took away all of our fears.
Early intervention is critical for children like Cole. WAVES teachers involve parents and caregivers fully in the child's learning. The inclusive classroom setting enables children with developmental delays to learn up by modeling peer behavior. Home and community teachers, like Gina, provide and model play-based learning opportunities for children within the activities, routines, and events of their everyday life. WAVES Early Intervention Program can make a big impact on the child's future development. Early intervention also has an economic benefit. Studies show that every dollar invested in early education saves $7 in the future. WAVES provides a number of other great services to graduating students like Samantha. Services like the WAVES Day program, which provides recreational as well as art and music therapy to encourage social interaction and build self-esteem.
Samantha really is a very social person, and although she does not communicate verbally, she still understands everything that's going on around her. So a lot of what interests her is listening to the conversations around her and talking to other people by listening to them, and that is just so much a part of her day, is by communicating with other people in that way. She seems to have a very special relationship with the caregivers and has gotten to know a lot of the other clients that are at WAVES, and really enjoys when they play games together and listening to them talk together, and it has really helped her to maintain that communication and social aspect of her life.
When Thomas was born, the doctor said, "I don't believe he's going to be all right, Miss Gammons. You should put him in Clover Bottom." And I said, "Well, now I have nothing to do in life but see to him. He's not going to Clover Bottom." And he came up here in '93, and I signed him up for WAVES immediately. Well, he was there within 6 months after we got here, and that really made a difference, because he was still talking, but he hadn't really participated in life, never been to church, never had anything like that. But they got him going. Oh my goodness, he visited with them. They would ask him questions, he could answer. And before you know it, they were taking him to a movie, and he loves to swim. He's been in a swimming program all his life because we lived on the river. So they got him into the swimming program, and he goes to a movie, he eats out. But the best thing they've done is the shopping. Because see, I can drive up to the grocery and I can say, "Thomas," he could go in and buy my groceries. It's just such a difference in Thomas in these 20 years than the 26 that we spent out on the farm. And I can't credit WAVES enough for it, because we weren't doing it. There wasn't any way we could get him to this point. And they've just done wonders with him.
Susan Holter shares Margaret Gammon's sentiment. Her brother Charles has been a resident of WAVES Independent Living Apartment Program for over 10 years. WAVES offers full-time supported living and supervised independent residential services to more than 24 adults, ranging in age and ability. Residents like Charles are able to maintain some independence while learning important life and social skills. And the WAVES Community Employment Program gives adults an opportunity to earn money that helps pay their monthly expenses. Since moving into his apartment, Charles has become more active in the community. He uses the Williamson County Trolley and works out at the Williamson County Rec Center. In addition, he works as a sacker at the Highway 96 Kroger and volunteers at the Williamson County Library.
Many people believe that since they're dealing with a disability, they will immediately receive financial assistance for services. The devastating fact is that most don't. Over 7,000 adults and children with intellectual disabilities are currently on the waiting list for home and community-based services through the state of Tennessee. Only about 200 families are accepted into services each year, while nearly 650 are added to the waiting list. Without assistance, the only other option is for them to pay out of pocket, which can cost over $8,000 per month, and most families simply can't afford to pay that amount.
That's why we've got to have places like Waves. We've got to have partners like Kroger that are willing to take a chance on someone who's maybe not the typical employee, yet adds value to the work environment. And we've got to have people like Beth Dooning and Gina Wilson who work with families to ensure their loved ones get the services and support they need to thrive. That doesn't just happen. It takes a huge amount of work and dedication, and yes, money, especially when we've got so many folks in our community like Cole, Samantha, and Charles in need of assistance. Just imagine, not that very long ago, individuals with intellectual disabilities were kept idle and away from society. Now, just imagine what the future holds. A more inclusive community where individuals with intellectual disabilities are given an opportunity and place to live, work, learn, and play. Imagine the promise of an organization such as Waves and how much more we can do with your help. Please join us on this journey by giving us your donation today. Thank you for being a part of our future.